Yeah, hi. I'm here to talk about Thought Generation Society, and we're a small nonprofit that was founded in Canada, in the province of British Columbia, in August of 2020. So we're very young, and but we're very nimble, and in my opinion, small nonprofits such as ourselves are really some of the groups that are doing some of the most effective change in the world, just because we're very cost effective and able to adapt and things like that. And I am the executive director of Thought Generation Society, and I'm also the founder. I also serve as the producer of the games, and I'm also the co-creator and creator of most of the games. So I really have a strong hand in anything we do. My creativity and my artistry is seen throughout it. So our vision, it's very unique. So we're truly, to coin the phrase of the festival, we're using games for change. And it's because, I've been around for a while, worked in education for decades, in marketing, communications, and a lot of nonprofits and charities. And I guess I got frustrated with a lot of the inefficiencies and the slow movement of things. And there's so many levels of decision making. There's boards and there's executives and there's staff. And there's just it's so slow, and there's so much money and time wasted. So eventually I got to the point where I'm going to open my own nonprofit. So I founded it. I was kind of inspired by a lot of the conservation nature work that myself and my son were doing in the community, and based on a lot of the travel and photography we've done around the world. So basically we make accurate content, really accurate content, like more than any other mobile game out there for sure. And we focus on current issues like climate change and things like that. And it's really a new way to make mobile games from start to finish, just the whole production, the whole nonprofit structure, because there's very few nonprofits that are making games in the world. Mostly it's for profits. So the structure is we rely on donors, funders, and sponsors. We don't charge for the game. So you can download it for free from Google Play, the App Store, and soon we'll have it on Steam for PC for the games. And there's no ads, which is very rare. There's no in-game upgrades. So basically, when you download it, you play it, there's no charges. There's no privacy issues. We don't take player data. So there's no risk there. We don't collect your information. So we're really doing something that's groundbreaking. But it's also challenging because getting the money to make the game is the hardest part, and I do that myself. So that's the hard part. We also employ a lot of graduates and students, which is very rare as well. So we create a lot of jobs. And the good thing is, because the games are free, there's no location barrier because they're mobile or on PC, so you can download them. But there's no income barrier. So it doesn't matter what your income is around the world. You can access these games as long as you have access to some kind of phone or PC or tablet, and then there's no barrier to learn, and that's my goal. So we make free educational mobile games and coming on PC as well. They're available on Google Play for Android, App Store for Apple, and the new MacBooks also play them as well. So you got the iPads, the iPhones, and of course, Samsung, devices like that. And we're going to be exporting to PC in August, one of our games. Our first game that launched last year is findthebirds.com. You can go to that website. That's the place where you can get the links, or you can search on the stores for the name of the game. So the name of the game is Find the Birds. It's about birds and conservation. And it's got thousands of players right now in 47 countries all around the world, which is amazing. South America. We're on 6 continents, so, except Antarctica. That's the place we're not. So we've got an average 4.5 out of 5-star review for that game, which is very good. And when we initially launched, Apple tends to feature, new educational games that come out very briefly. So we were in the top 100 at that time when we launched. And we've got a lot of media coverage. We've been in Birdwatching Magazine, CBC, which is the biggest network news, radio, TV in Canada. We've also been in the Seattle Times, on Ray Brown's Talking Birds show. Media is how I get the word out without having to spend money, because we have no marketing budget. And that's another thing that's a big challenge for us. So basically, in Find the Birds, you choose a character, and we've tried to make them very, gender neutral, very ethnicity neutral. So we're very inclusive, very diverse. So we've gone for a look that I think achieves that. And they travel the world on their solar-powered ultralight, which is, of course, a hint to the environmentally friendly, zero carbon thing that we do. We work remotely, so we're zero carbon, and our game is digital. So we're one of the true zero carbon organizations in the world, really. And once you get on the globe to where you want, you choose where in that country. Here we have Japan. You choose where you want to go to see birds and do some conservation quests, which is all simulated. It's a 2D side scroller, this game. And there we are. This is Okinawa. So I've been to Okinawa, and my wife's Japanese, so my son's half Japanese. So I know Japan really well. So most places I put in the game, I've been there already. So it helps to get the accuracy. They've got the little ultralight land that the players are starting to look around in Okinawa. And here's another shot, which is in British Columbia. They're all based on real places. So this is a Sawmill Lake in the Okanagan Valley. So a beautiful forest setting to look for birds and do some conservation work. And here we've got the beach in Okinawa again. And then we've got a pelagic, which is an ocean journey. Here's one bird you can see, albatross, California condor, endangered, cranes in Japan, ruddy duck, and you collect cards. You also get more content in your cards. Once you click on them, you can see lots of information, videos and photos and things like that. This information comes from the Cornell Lab, which is the most respected ornithological institute in the world. You can take photos. You can buy items in the store with your points, not with real money. Here's a typical storekeeper, from Japan. You get your items, flashlights and things, cameras and stuff. You put them in your backpack, and then you use them for your quests, like digging up buffalo grass. This is invasive grass that needs to be removed in Arizona to help the environment. So you do that. These are the quests that are based on real quests in the real world. Setting a nest camera and a nest box to help birds as well, so they place the nest. Here's some birds hatching, some owls. And we've also launched in Japan recently. We did the translation. My wife and my son did the translation of the game for Japan, so it's in Japanese now. That's the Japanese version. We work with the Nature Conservation Society of Japan to get that going. Here's a translation with Mount Fuji. And the cards are in Japanese, of course. And why, children? Well, the world has lots of problems, and also future generations are going to have to solve them. So we're trying to educate them. Zero carbon, COVID safe, focusing on extinctions of birds and other animals. And we're great because we have like half and half boys and girls. 90% of players report an increase in knowledge about these issues. And the player age is 15 and under mainly, although we have players of all ages. So again, it's a bridge from screen time to green time. They learn, they go out, they connect with real groups like these, the Wetlands Initiative, Nature Conservancy, Sun Foundation. These are our partners who fund the games, but also we connect to them. Players can go volunteer, which they do. The game is made in Unity. Here we see the behind the scenes using Adobe Illustrator, Animate, GitHub, things like that. And then we do events at like the Ornithological Congress, Science World to get the word out in public, in person or virtually, like today. And new game we're doing is findthebats.com, which is about bat conservation. And we're working with Merlin Tuttle's bat conservation. The number one bat expert is Merlin Tuttle. And working with Wildlife Acoustics. And again, they're our partners and help get the money. And here's an example of one of the bats in the game. So all very realistic. Conservation people love the accuracy. Here's a real cave where they come out of. And here you're setting up a bat box in Texas to help conserve. Because if they don't have a place to nest like a cave, they need somewhere. These boxes are where these creatures can sleep. And then also with the bird boxes, they can put their eggs in it. We also have a quest where they walk around with a detector, detecting the type of bat. This is real world technology, but we simulate it in our 2D games. And what does the future hold for us? Well, we want to do more games. We want to move into apps perhaps as well. Films, I've made a lot of films myself. I'd like to make some more documentaries about these issues. Books, we're working with a publisher right now to potentially make an educational book about these issues and how to make games. And also websites, perhaps we might do some comprehensive websites too about democracy and social change and like that. All these issues are not just focused on conservation. So here's one game, Find the Water. That's another one about water conservation. Working on that now. Find the Energy, about renewable energies like solar. Another game we're trying to get partners for. That's in early development, that one. Find the Fish, that's also looks possibly for next year. We're going to be building that. That's about fish conservation like salmon and trout and working with hatcheries and things like that. Find the Animals, about mainly endangered animals like rhinos and things like that. Again, using our same unique system that we've created with the players, a mixture of first person and third person, and the way it's free and everything. I mean, these are our own proprietary techniques we've come up with in terms of using C# and coding and things like that. Find the Whales is one we're really excited about. We are starting build right now on that. That will be our next game after Find the Bats. Launches in July. So Find the Whales may launch by Christmas. It's about whale conservation, ocean conservation as well, dolphins, fish, not just whales, reefs. So here's a shot of an orca in the game, very rough early concept art. And here's a detector they put on the whales to track them across the world, and a hydrophone on the left side to listen to the whales. So we put these in the game, simulate them, so kids learn about the real stuff. So when they want to volunteer, they know what they're doing. It's true STEAM-based education. And if you want to get involved, you can email me at ajdell@shaw.ca. That's my direct email for people who want to partner with us. And check out our website, thoughtgeneration.org. That's the organizational website, very basic. We put more of our effort into the games and the game website. So findthebirds.com is a very comprehensive website where the links to download are. And findthebass.com is slowly being built up now. It's live, but we're going to build it out like Find the Birds for the back game. And then we'll have new websites for each new game, like findthewhales.com will be the next one. And that's it. I'd like to thank you for listening. Hopefully you got some information of benefit to you. And please check out our games, check out our website, and make a change in the world. And we hope to do that. And we look forward to working with anyone who wants to do that with us.